sign of leprosy is usually another sign of it is that it's deep. So if, for example, the thing doesn't transfer, but the thing is getting deeper, that's a sign of leprosy too. So if it's whitish and it's getting deeper, it's a sign of leprosy. Chapter 14, cleansing of the leper. If, for example, somebody had leprosy before and then the leprosy was no longer exists, they have to bring something to the priest. And the things they have to bring to the priest, number one, two birds alive and clean. The birds must be alive and the birds must be clean. They should not be dirty. Should be clean. And cedar wood, scarlet, hyssop. Things to be used for the cleansing. Two birds alive, clean, cedar wood, scarlet, hyssop. Now one of the birds will be killed. That bird that will be killed, they'll pour the blood in a basin. Then every other thing they brought, that is the other bird, the cedar wood, the scarlet, the hyssop, every other thing they brought for that sacrifice, they will dip it inside that blood. Then they will wash it with a running water. That blood, they would sprinkle it upon that person that needs to be cleansed. They will sprinkle it upon the person that needs to be cleansed. Chapter 15. A man having a genital discharge. He shall number, after the genital discharge, let's say he's healed, he shall number for himself 7 days for his cleansing. He will wash his clothes, bathe in fresh spring water. And after the 8th day, he should take 2 turtle doves, offer an offering, one for sin offering and the other for burnt offering. And when this man that is going through genital discharge is experiencing this issue, anybody that touches his bed, that touches his clothes, that touches anything that concerns that person is already unclean. So both of them would have to do this cleansing. And then in that same chapter 15, we're talking about women during their menstrual period. The same thing, nobody supposed to touch anything that's connected to them. And after this prayer, they have to bring these things, the same turtle dove offering for cleansing. Then chapter 16. Chapter 16. Aaron and his sons were not allowed at all times to enter into the holy place. So, like I said before, there is a tabernacle of congregation, and there's a veil that separates the place. So that holy place, they're not allowed to enter there every time. They enter there once in a year. They come with a young bullock for a sin offering, a ram for a burnt offering. He's to put on a holy garment, and he will wash his flesh in water. And then before he puts on the garment, he will first of all wash his flesh with water, and then put on the garment. And then after he has entered the holy place, the purpose of entering the holy place is because he wants to go and plead for the sin of the people. That's what he's doing there. He's going to go and plead for the sin of the people. So as he's going into that place, he's carrying the sin offering of the people into that holy place. And then the sin of the people is the offering for that sin offering. 2 kids of the goat for a sin offering. 2 kids of a goat. That's 2 baby goats. A ram for a burnt offering. The 2 kids of a goat is for the sin offering. A ram is for the burnt offering. Now these goats, a lot will be casted. They don't just go and pick any goats. They will cast a lot. The goat that the lot falls on becomes the scapegoat. It's called a scapegoat. So that goat is being used for the sacrifice. And then the person that will go and bring that scapegoat, because that scapegoat will belong to somebody. So that person that has that scapegoat, after he brings it to the people, he would go and cleanse himself. He will cleanse himself. The ram and the goat should be burnt. So the ram and the goats, they will be burnt. Yes, it will be burnt. And this ritual happens once a year on the 7th month. Once a year. On the 7th month in the 10th day of that month. So it happened once a year, the 7th month, and on the 10th day of that 7th month. And that day is seen as a Sabbath day.
That means this month we are in on the 10th now. All of the colors. Continue.
The priest next to the father would make the atonement for the altar. And the person that goes to make this offering, this sacrifice, is the person that will take over from the father when the father dies. The next person that will take over from him is one that makes the atonement for the people. Chapter 17. Every young lamb, every lamb or goat killed must be brought to the tabernacle of the congregation. So if, for example, I want to kill any goat, I'm not allowed, I cannot kill any goat within or without, that's in the place, that is in that, let's say this, the place is Uyama, for example now. I'm not allowed to kill any goat in Uyama or outside Uyama. First of all, I must come and kill the goat at the tabernacle of the congregation. That place, that's where I will kill the goat. And then another thing, no one is permitted to eat blood. No one is permitted to eat blood. So any animal that has blood in it, that there's blood in it, you're not supposed to eat that animal that as long as there's blood in that animal. No, like, that's, okay, for example now, cow now. You know the cow has blood. I can't just go and carry that cow and start eating it. I'm supposed to wash the cow first, remove the blood from inside, and then eat it. Okay. Chapter 18 was talking about perversion. The punishment said, no, a mother should not sleep with her son. A father should not sleep with his daughter-in-law. Just different kind of perversion. A person should not sleep with an animal. Then, if you are not allowed to sleep with your father's, like someone that's a stepmother, your sister, anybody that's related to you, your neighbor's wife, you're not permitted to sleep with that person. Then chapter 19 was talking about righteous judgment, no false accusation, or lying against another person or taking side. So because this person is rich now, you're not saying, okay, you're not standing with this person. It's wrong. And there's a punishment for it. Chapter 20 was talking about sanctifying yourself. No one should give their seeds to Molech. There was an idol called Molech. That idol, they usually allow their children. I don't even understand it happens, but they say they pass through the fire. So I don't really know how they pass through the fire, but they pass through the fire. They tell the children to pass through the fire. And that idol is called Molech. Molech. Anyone who commits adultery will be put to death. That's the law in 20. Anyone that commits adultery will be put to death. Anyone that commits perversion, that's anyone that sleeps with their auntie, anybody that's related to them, the punishment that they will be put to death. Either stoned, many times they are usually stoned to death. Then chapter 21. The priests are not permitted to be defiled with the dead body of any family member. So if anybody dies in their family, they're not permitted to go there and cry or shave their hair. They're not permitted because they're anointed people. Except that person is a virgin, that she died a virgin and died without a husband. They are permitted to go and cry for that person. But if the person is married, they are not permitted to cry for that person or shave their hair. Then the daughter of a priest is not supposed to give herself to woodom, that's following men. Any daughter of a priest that does that is sinning against her father, and she will be stoned to death. Should not be involved in woodom. That's chapter 21. Okay, she's to be burnt with fire. That's the punishment. She will be burnt with fire. A priest is to get married to a virgin, not someone that is a widow or someone that is divorced. The person must be a virgin. Any of the sons of Aaron with an infirmity is not permitted to offer the bread. So if one of the child is blind or one child is lame, has any issue, that person cannot offer the bread, but the person can eat it, but he cannot offer because the person is not clean. He cannot also go into that place where that is called the holy place. He's not also permitted to enter that place. Chapter 22. Any son of Aaron who is a leper is not permitted to eat the bread. So if the son of a priest has leprosy, he's not permitted to touch the bread. He's not permitted to eat the bread. That's chapter 23. That's chapter 22. Now 23, chapter 23. The 14th day of the first month is the Lord's Passover. So every first month, the 14th day of that month is the Lord's Passover. That's when God passed over the children of Israel, when he did not kill them, when he was killing the firstborn sons of Pharaoh in Egypt. That they celebrate that day every first month, the 14th day of that month. And then the 15th day of that month is the day of unleavened bread.